All right. Welcome to another edition of Instigator Mick here. I will recap, obviously, the results of the AFC and NFC Championship game right now. We'll recap them. We'll also recap, the Royal Rumble. And also, we got a preview this weekend's Pro Bowl skills competition. Like the Pro Bowl games will be starting this weekend. And also, we got Duke, Carolina. But all right, let's get into the recap of last week. Let's start with the St. Bonaventure Bonnies last night. The Bonnies just, like the last two games on Nash TV have been just impressive. Bonnies looked great Friday night in a dominant win over St. Joe's. I was at that game. It was a great one to be at. Put up 90 plus points. It feels like the last two times I've been there, they put like at least 90 points or more. So that was a fun one to be at. Seeing them 90 points. Daryl Banks, the third, 29 points he put up in Friday night's win over St. Joe's. Just couldn't believe that. But also, let's think about how disrespectful like the opposing team's fans are. Like St. Joe's, their fans were just obnoxious. Then again, it's similar for a lot of Philadelphia fans anyway. They're from Philadelphia. We expect they're obnoxious as hell. Doesn't matter what sports team it is. Philadelphia fans are the worst. I mean, God, they started by flipping off the St. Bonaventure student section. Come on. I mean, no class. So Bonds fans, they weren't going to hold back. I mean, their student section weren't going to hold back. They were going to give it right back to you. They were just giving you some chance. They kept saying F that bird, mocking the St. Joe's mascot the whole time. I also kept saying fuck St. Joe's. I was loving it. How they giving it back to him. But yep, Browns kicked ass that night. And last night, for some reason, man, down by 20. Thought this team was done. No, this team didn't quit. This team's resilient. 20-point comeback win. Finally found a way to win late. Found a comeback fashion to beat VCU. Another good quality opponent, both at home, both on national TV as well. So that's two big wins for them, no doubt. Now they got a really tall task this Friday night. Bonnie's got Dayton on the road. ESPN2 Friday night. Dayton is actually ranked number 21, so that's a big matchup for the Bonnies. Possibly an upset. Dayton finally lost the conference game this past Saturday. They were number 16 at one point, but then dropped 5 spots after they lost to Richmond. So Richmond's the only team in the A10 that hasn't lost a conference game yet. But, still, Bonnies, this could be huge for them. This could really be a huge quad one run if they go into Dayton and actually win this Friday night. And also next Wednesday, they got a game at home. I'll be at that one. So my show will be an hour late next week at 9:30. Reminder everyone. Next week will be 9:30. Next week's show will be at 9:30 since I'll be at the Bonnies game next week. But yeah, they look great. 2 big wins and have a chance to pull off an upset this Friday night. We'll get into that. We'll get into that next week. Obviously, we'll talk about the UMass one. But right now, let's get into Duke right now. The week they've had. They found a way to eked out a win against Clemson. Just, in this past Saturday. And then a couple nights ago, Monday night, they beat Virginia Tech. So, hey, both my college basketball teams are looking great lately. Back-to-back wins for them. Now Duke, the biggest matchup. They got North Carolina this weekend. We'll get into that shortly. But, yeah, we got to recap those two teams, how they were. But let's recap the Royal Rumble this past Saturday. I went 3 for 4 my picks in the pay-per-view. I really went 3 for 4. The only pick I lost was the main event. That was it. The pay-per-view. So, let's recap the women's Royal Rumble. That's what kicked it off. We had some returns, but Jade Cargill looked great in her debut in WWE. She looked great. Just dominant. She's unstoppable. And someone finally had to eliminate her. But Bayley, I called it. Bayley was going to win the women's Rumble. I called it from the start. I called that was going to happen. I got that one right. I just knew that was going to happen. Sneaked away. Found a way. I just knew it. And the second match, Roman Reigns once again retains his title. I just hate to see it, but I called that. I got that one right. I knew that was going to happen. It was a good, decent match. It was. I thought for sure he just had that one, but then Roman just found a way. With his goons interfering as usual. Then Logan Paul, wins by disqualification. Kevin Owens had the thing of it. The ref caught him using the brass knuckles, so he gets disqualified. And Logan Paul is still your United States champion, so I got that one right. But let's get in the main event, how it ended. Punk comes in there, number 27, looked good, I thought. Cody Rhodes was number 15. It was down to those two. CM Punk ended up losing. I lost that one. I really thought CM Punk was going to win. But now, then you find out the day later after that, you find out CM Punk gets injured. So he will be missing out WrestleMania this year. So he comes back to WWE for almost a decade later, and he gets injured. So I don't get that. But I'd say he should. I feel like that should not have been his first match back at the Rumble. He should have at least had a few matches before he decided to enter the Rumble. I feel like just to get the ring rust off him. But Cody Rhodes is back-to-back Royal Rumble winner for the second year in a row, winning the men's Rumble. I mean, good for him. I want to have it still. Just man, CM Punk disappointed me for sure. I would have been perfect 4-for-4 my picks. But now let's recap this past Sunday. Not what I wanted. I got both my picks wrong. Damn Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl. I'm not happy about that. Not happy about it. And boy, did Detroit really choke. I mean, first, let's talk about, recap that one. Thing is, the Ravens defense was keeping them in it for a while. Lamar looked like shit. I gotta tell you that. Lamar did. There were some points he had some good strides, but he looked like shit. He's honestly another Dak Prescott. Just doesn't do well in the playoffs. I mean, Josh Allen doesn't do well. He puts up good numbers, but just he does well. I feel like when Josh Allen does well in the playoffs, he does well, but always they find a way to lose. But still, Lamar Jackson just does it again. Just always chokes. I mean, just the defense was all over him. He threw an interception. I mean, Zay Flowers really cost him that game. He should not have taunted. And then after that, he fumbles before he reaches the end zone. I mean, those are takeaways there. The turnovers were a big key. But the opening drive, Chiefs came out right away. I mean, the Chiefs weren't wasting any time. They scored a touchdown after the Ravens went 3 and out. And then the next drive for the Ravens, they score. I mean, Zay Flowers gets a touchdown. It was all even at 7 in the second quarter. Chiefs, it was all mostly Chiefs. Ravens weren't doing that much. Pacheco gets a touchdown and Butker gets a field goal. But yeah, the turnovers were the biggest factor. It was. I hate the Chiefs seeing them in the field, but God. But now let's recap the NFC Championship game when it went down. Lions looked great at the beginning. They marched down the field and scored 4-play drive, the opening drive of the game, and then Michael Badge and David Montgomery scores a touchdown, make it 14-0. So yeah, James Williams gets the first touchdown, and all of them in rushing touchdowns. So far, so good. And then McCaffrey responds, second quarter, cuts to a touchdown. Now it's 14-7 Detroit at that point. Jahmyr Gibbs, his touchdown responds, 21-7 Detroit. It was 24-7 Detroit at halftime. Like, okay, they're looking like they're in control. Well, Mooney makes a field goal, 24-10. And good God, I mean, they struggled. They just went for on fourth down multiple. I mean, that's the first time they went for on fourth down. They failed to convert at the 30-yard line. And Brandon Ayuk takes advantage. 49ers take advantage. Next drive, they get a touchdown, and McCaffrey scores a touchdown after that. Moody gets a field goal. Then they went for on fourth down again. The Lions did. They were down by 3, and they just failed again. That's what cost them. Mitchell takes advantage. The next drive, gets 34-24 in the fourth quarter. Then Williams gets a late touchdown. Thought had a chance, but yeah, Dan Campbell kind of blew it for them. Like, just terrible play calling again. He just gets too overly aggressive. That's his problem. He's cost them multiple games. Cost them in the Thanksgiving game against the Packers. He cost them against the Cowboys game, especially. I know that. He definitely cost them that one for sure. Especially going for 2-point conversion like 3 times in a row, like after the few penalties and all that. Come on. I mean, that was terrible. Terrible coaching, I'd say. I mean, they look good, but just they get overly aggressive. And that's how your Super Bowl is. Hello?
Hello, Pro Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah, you have to write the Skills Competitions all starts tomorrow. The Pro Bowl games start tomorrow.
That's what my Dolphins bus driver says about Pro Bowl.
What did he say?
He says it's just boring.
Yeah, it's not the same as like a normal game. Yeah.
Do you still like your Pro Bowl?
Yeah, I'll still watch it, but just like it ain't the same as like you used to watch it.
And I can't believe that Josh is not in it.
No, I can't believe it. But well, at least he's enjoying himself being out there golfing right now with some of the pros right now.
At least James is in it.
Yeah, that's true. And James Cook and Deion Dawkins.
Who are you rooting for in the Pro Bowl?
AFC for sure.
Yeah, I hope the 49ers win in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. Anyone but Kansas City at this point.
And it would be amazing if, did you you see where Travis Kelsey threw Justin Tucker's helmet?
Oh, I saw like a pregame show. Like I saw an NFL game in the morning on Sunday. I saw it when it happened. Like when it first occurred.
That's why I don't like Travis Kelsey.
Nah, he's a jerk. Him and Mahomes are both doing it. Like quick kicking equipment.
That's what people are saying about that.
What?
They're defending Kelsey. They said he wasn't in the way. They said Justin Tucker's helmet was in the way.
I mean, not surprised there. It's tough to tell, but still, I mean, it shouldn't have been like that.
Would Karma be sweet right now? With them?
Oh yeah, I just hope the Niners put it to him, win by 2 touchdowns or more.
You know what would be great, Karma?
What?
If they lost by a field goal, go fill the water.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that would be great if they missed it. Yeah, field goal, something like that.
Or if they missed the game-winning field goal.
That would be. I would like that. That'd be really that's Karma.
Do you see any free agents you want?
I am kind of leaning towards some other guys, but I think I wouldn't mind getting Derrick Henry. I wouldn't mind it just to mentor James Cook a little bit more. I think I would like to have that.
What about T. Higgins?
Oh, that would be great. I wouldn't mind getting rid of Gabe Davis. He's all right, but I think I'd rather have like T. Higgins and Diggs together, honestly.
And do you know what my Dolphins bus driver said?
What?
You know how he predicted the Dolphins was going to win the division, right?
Yeah.
Now he says Jets are going to win the division.
Nah. I mean, maybe if Rodgers could stay healthy, but I just still don't see it. At least be a wild card team.
And he said, and that's what he said about the Bills.
What do you say?
He said the Bills are going to fall apart because of the salary cap.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how the offseason plays off for us.
And don't forget, Brandon Bing is a wizard.
That's true. He's made some big moves in the past. He's done it before. He's done many good moves.
Do you have any position that you absolutely want in the draft?
I mean, our O-line's still kind of not that great. You might need a new wide receiver. Probably draft a new wide receiver.
In round 1, right?
I'd do something. Yeah, maybe a first-round pick wouldn't be bad. Get a receiver.
When I'm back to school, I'm going to ask Miss Bolger if you can help with Unify.
Absolutely.
Like, do you want to be the referee or help or a coach helper?
I'll coach. I'll definitely coach.
Okay, I would talk to her. Do you have her number?
No.
Do you want me to give you the school number and you can talk to her?
Oh yeah, sure. I could also talk to Mr. Ardini as well. Yeah.
Wait, when you call the school, ask if you could talk to Chelsea Bolger.
That's I'll probably do. Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing.
All right.
That's what starts next month.
What?
New York Yankees.
That's true. Spring training starts in February. That's right.
We're taking back the division.
They got to. The Yankees got to take back the AL East.
Mr. Ventura says we're not going to take back the AL East.
Nah, I think we will. As long as we can stay healthy and as long as we can just not lose any bad games like we did last year.
Please say that we got rid of Clay Holmes.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
And we should replace Clay Holmes with Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, Mahomes, he used to. That's how he used to play baseball. That's right.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Go Bills and go Yankees and go 49ers.
That's right.
Okay, bye.
All right. But yeah, I'd say Campbell definitely cost in that game for sure. Dan Campbell was the big name on that one. Now there'll be a 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl, something that America did not want except 49ers and Chiefs fans. But it should be a good game. It'll be a good one to watch, but want a Bills Lions Super Bowl for sure. They'll happen next year, maybe not. But it should be good. 49ers, Chiefs. These two, the Super Bowl rematch from, yeah, it's right from 2019, 2020 season. Not that long ago. These two met. It was in Super Bowl 54 in Miami, where the 49ers blew it last time. 49ers are on the mission. They're out for revenge, and it's the Chiefs after losing them last time. But yeah, I'll definitely give my predictions on the Super Bowl next week for sure. Definitely, I can't wait for that. That'll be a great show next week as well. Other than just like the late start, but it'll also be Super Bowl week when I do my next show. But let's preview the Pro Bowl games this weekend. That's a big game. It all starts tomorrow. These skills competitions and all that. Thursday, you get the precision passing. We'll see which QBs will be in there and the receivers and all that from each AFC and NFC. See, yeah, the precision passing, yeah, you'll see them tossing targets around. What quarterback will win that? I don't know what quarterback will be. We'll find out tomorrow. Best catch, hopefully Diggs. I'm for sure Stephon Diggs will be in the best catch. Yeah, he's in the Pro Bowl. But yeah, that'll be a good one. Close to the pin, a golf accuracy competition with 6 players from each conference attempts. Ooh, now we'll see how that goes. This event replaced the longest drive. So this is a different high stakes, a multi-round competition which players attempt to catch the most punts. I've seen that before. They've done it before. Kick-tack-toe. That's the kickers one, so we'll see which Pro Bowl kickers will be in that. And dodgeball is always the best one of the skills competition. That'll be Thursday night to wrap up that one. And Sunday, you got the new thing. They're doing a mad NFL head-to-head. Are you kidding me? No, that's never been done well. They did one COVID time, but still, no Pro Bowl happened. Yet the gridiron gauntlet. Tug of war. Move the change. Of course, you got 3 games of flag football, 7-on-7, but not a fan of these. I just like to have a normal regular all-star game. You know what I mean? That's what I feel it should happen. But all right, let's get into the biggest reason of the show this weekend is Duke versus Carolina. The rivalry, probably one of the best rivalries in all of sports. Definitely the best college basketball rivalry as well. So these two have had a long history. They go to one time they faced each other in the NCAA tournament in the Final Four. I remember that one real well. It was heartbreaking, man. But Duke has won the last 2 meetings. They swept the series last year. I just remember the memorable ones. Let's see, 2015 and 16. I remember just being in here. I went for hours prior to that game. I was at Chill Out Splash Grade, having a good time, and all of a sudden went back in the hotel, watched the rest of the game, watched the whole game. Duke found a way to win without some of their star players. They had a lot of injuries, but Duke won in Chapel Hill. That's a memorable one. 2016-17 season, that was memorable. Especially the ACC tournament semifinal where Duke won them. Duke went on to win the ACC tournament that year in 2017. That was when Jason Tatum was there before he got drafted by the Boston Celtics. Do you remember that year? Duke really owned in that season. 2017-18, they split in the regular season, but Carolina beat us there. Like in the ACC tournament. So yeah, they took 2 out of 3 rows that year. Oh, the 18-19 season. Zion Williamson gets injured he gets injured the first time those two met in 2019 here. SSN Duke was like those highest paid ESPN game or something ticket wise. It was just the highest rated game for ESPN for a college game. Zion Williamson, that was the biggest hype. He goes down and he just gets destroyed both games in the regular season. Then Zion comes back, second game back from the injury. In the ACC tournament semifinals, they found a way to beat Carolina. Then the 2019-20, before COVID hits, the 1920 season, Duke swept them. They swept them that season. The most memorable one of that season was the first time out in 2020 in Chapel Hill. Duke hit a buzzer beater to force overtime, and then they hit one in overtime too. They had 2 game-winning shots. Trey Jones hits the first one, and then Wendell Moore hits the game winner to win in overtime. That was a memorable one of my favorite Duke Carolina games of all time. They swept them again. They swept them after that, in March. Then COVID shuts down. Everything shuts down. That was the last time Duke played a game that season. But then the year after that, with no fans there, Carolina swept us. But it's always great when you see these two go at it. Season after that, Duke, split with them. Then again, Carolina did spoil Coach K's final home game too. I remember that. And then the Final Four, too. Coach K's very last game of his career, too. Final Four, I remember that. But last season, Duke swept them. Won a close one at home, and then they went in Chapel Hill. So they swept Carolina. So Duke has won the last 2 meetings since that loss in the Final Four. But I feel like if I had to pick who I think is going to win, I think Duke's going to shock the world. Not trying to be biased. I mean, yeah, I'm being biased about it, but I think Duke's going to take down Carolina. I mean, Carolina, yeah, they're going to be pissed off after losing to Georgia Tech. But I think Duke's going to come out there and just have a better performance than Carolina. But it's always you don't want to miss this game. It's always the best in all the rivalry. It's always the best in college basketball. It's one of the best rivalries in all sports. I'd say Filipowski goes off. But also, who else has been playing good other than him? Tyrese Proctor's playing good. Caleb Foster's been stepping up. McCain's been fun to watch too. Like these, they got some good players. Mark Mitchell too. I mean, this is a stacked team. Jalen Blakes, he gets some playing time, but Jeremy Roach coming off the bench lately, he's been doing good. Yeah, Ryan Young had a good game this past Monday against Virginia Tech for Duke. But obviously, the player to watch for Carolina is Baycott for sure. Still, he's been still. I mean, this is last year. He took the extra year to come back for one more season. It looks good. I mean, R.J. Davis, his last season, yeah. You also got Dwayne Ferris, too. I mean, they got some good players. They got a Notre Dame transfer as well. I think that's Ferris, yeah. But yeah, the player to watch, Baycott, definitely watch for R.J. Davis. Some of these guys, they're both on the Final Four team. So it should be a great one. I got Duke winning this one. And I think the Bonnies will pull the upset off over Dayton, I think. So it should be a really good weekend here. Hope you all enjoy the Pro Bowl games. Hopefully you enjoyed good college basketball this weekend. Especially don't want to miss the Duke-Carolina game. 6:30 Eastern Saturday night on ESPN. We'll see y'all next week at 9:30 for the Super Bowl preview and the recap of the Bonnies game when I'm coming back from the Raleigh Center. So next week at 9:30. See you all next week.